Caitlin and welcome to my channel. So a couple of days ago, I was reading or just like wrapping up doing a little bit of reading, and I was thinking about how much I read in my day-to-day life, because you know there are some days where I have the entire day free and I can spend the whole day reading, but then I have my normal days, or what most of my days will look like, which is, you know, having errands to run or going to work or having plans with friends that I am going out and doing. And I was thinking that I want to actually add up how much time that I spend reading every single week. And I thought, what better way to do that than to log it in the form of a YouTube video. So this video is going to span over almost a full week. I did not start vlogging on Sunday, unfortunately, so this is starting on a Monday. On a Monday specifically that I had stuff going on throughout most of the day, and it is now 7:30 p.m. at night, so I have not touched a book all day, but I obviously want to, so I am going to go ahead and start that now. The book that I am currently reading is To Dance with Death by Brittany Arena, which if you watched my video that was uploaded before this, last week's video, then you will know that I am deeply obsessed with this book and with Brittany, the author. I think that it is so good. I'm loving this book so much. I literally, oh my gosh, I'm just having the best time. I really am. But I am currently 85% through this book, despite the fact that I only started reading it on Wednesday, which some people would probably consider that a slow read, taking almost a full week. But for me, that's a very fast read. So we're taking it as a win. And I am going to be keeping track of how long I am reading each day by using a stopwatch app. And I'm also probably going to occasionally use my phone's stopwatch app, which you obviously won't see. I'll have to put on like screenshots on the screen because I use my phone to film, but I will make sure to add it all up at the end of the week as well, so I have a correct total. And as a matter of fact, I am so confident that I am going to finish this book tonight that I'm gonna go ahead and say that when you see me again in the next clip, I will be giving you a rating and my thoughts and feelings on this book, and then even picking out my next read. So I guess I'll see you then. I have officially finished To Dance with Death by Brittany Arena, and it was everything that I wanted it to be and more. Brittany is genuinely such an incredible author and just amazing writer all around. I could literally visualize every single scene in this book so well because of how she wrote it. I am just absolutely enamored at her ability to make a story like this truly come to life and like be so clear in your mind's eye. It is absolutely amazing. A great end to this story for Vasily and for Anton. I love them so much. It's so serious to me. I don't think I'll ever shut up about this series. I don't think I ever will. I hope not. But in total, the last 15% of that book took me 51 minutes and about 19 seconds to read. Now, as far as my next read goes, I will actually be picking up a book that I set aside so that I could read To Dance with Death, give it my full attention, and that is none other than Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I am over halfway done with this book already, so I don't really anticipate it taking much longer for me to finish it, but I do want to finish it before jumping into my next read, which I also already have picked out because it is also a new release, and technically, because today is Monday, not supposed to be released until tomorrow, but I pre-ordered it from a indie bookstore in Virginia called One More Page Books, and I specifically ordered it from them because this author did a pre-order incentive where you could get a signed copy, and that book is none other than the second in the Shattered Crown trilogy, Splintered Kingdom by Gretchen Powell Fox. I am like 97% sure that this is going to be my read after Great Big Beautiful Life. There is the possibility that I will choose something else, but I have been anxiously and very impatiently waiting for this second book, and I'm not sure that I want to read anything else before I get into this one. So there's that. And here is that signature that I was talking about. So like I said, I was able to finish up my current read tonight. However, I don't think that I am going to jump back into Great Big Beautiful Life today, just because I want to get some sleep. It's kind of later now, and I have to get up tomorrow morning for my job, so I don't want to stay up too much later, but I should have plenty of time tomorrow to myself to read, so that is definitely the plan, and I guess I will see you again once I pick up my book. So it is now the late afternoon of Tuesday, the next day, and like I said last night, I did work this morning, but before I went into work, I was able to read a little bit out of Great Big Beautiful Life, and I don't think I had quite updated my fable to like the last time that I had picked up this book, because it went from 50% to 65% in the span of, I believe, almost 15 minutes, like 14 and a half minutes about. And I don't think that I read 19% of this book in that much time. There's simply no way. Knowing myself and the speed at which I normally read, that's just very unlikely. But nonetheless, I did get some reading in today, so that is getting added to the total. And I do actually have some plans with family in a couple of hours, but I have a little bit of time to read right now, so I am going to jump back into this book and see how much farther I can get and how much longer I can read for the day. So I started this reading sprint at page 290 and am now at 329 at the very beginning of chapter 29, ironically. And that took me a total of 40 minutes and 22 seconds. I was not exaggerating when I said that I am a very slow reader. While that is all the reading that I am able to do at this exact moment, I think that I might have the will to read a little bit more tonight once I am done with my plans. If not, though, I will definitely have tons of time to read tomorrow. So I guess I'll just see you when I see you. So it is actually now 2 days since I last talked to you, because yesterday, Wednesday, I did absolutely zero reading. I did not pick up my book at all. I didn't really do much of anything besides work and rot in bed yesterday. But I am in a much better mental place today, and I did actually read a little bit this morning. I worked today for 10 hours, but before I went in for my shift, I read a little bit, and I read for a total of 16 minutes and 6 seconds. And now you might be thinking that because I am here talking to you, I am surely going to do some more reading right now. And while that could be true, I actually had the possibility of having plans tonight, and they actually just fell into place. So I am going to go do that. But I wanted to make sure that I updated you that I did read a little bit this morning, and actually I wanted to unbox something that I was actually supposed to get in my last video, but it just didn't end up showing up in time. And if you watched the last video, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But in case you don't, it is a vinyl that is signed that I pre-ordered a while ago, and I haven't opened it yet. So let's do that. And the vinyl is none other than Role Models, Chuck Timely, and The Hourglass. The wrapping is always the literal most difficult part for me because for some reason it never wants to actually peel all the way and just ends up being really difficult. But here she is. She is so beautiful. I don't even know what exactly is signed. Obviously, it's not the front, but I don't know what the insert for this vinyl looks like. I honestly don't even remember what color the vinyl is, so that'll be a fun little surprise. Whoa, okay, so the inside is all the lyrics to all the songs, and that's actually insane. Wow. And then, shut up. Oh my God. Okay, so the thing that's signed is an insert. And look at that. That is actually so iconic. I want to frame that. That's, oh my God. And here is the vinyl reveal. Oh, it's pink. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that just made my day. Oh my gosh. But like I said, that was actually supposed to arrive Saturday of last week. And it didn't show up until last night, so Wednesday, which is really unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. And now I am going to go ahead and head out since my plans did end up, you know, coming to fruition. But I think that I am not going to be out for very long and that I will definitely want to get back into my book once I do get home. So I think you'll see me again tonight to read a little bit more, if not a bit more. So I'll be back in a couple of hours. So it is now 2 days since the last clip you saw, and I admittedly have not been doing much reading. I think in the last clip that I was talking, I said that I would probably end up reading more that night. And I didn't do that actually. However, the next day I did end up reading a little bit more. It was again before I went into work that day. I read for 22 minutes and 49 seconds. And I am now at 87% of Great Big Beautiful Life and am on chapter 31. But today is a huge day to be a book lover and reader, and that is because today is Bookstore Romance Day. And it is exactly what it sounds like. We are just going out and celebrating bookstores, specifically like romance bookstores or romance as a genre. I will be going to a bookstore called Brightside Books and Wine. I talk about it a lot on my YouTube channel because I just love them so much. I think they're really cool and they have such an amazing store and energy and like great employees. Like they're all so kind. So I will be spending my bookstore romance day there. Before that, however, I am hoping to finish up Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry this morning before I head out to the bookstore. And I really don't think that will be much of a problem at all. I, again, only have 13% left and this much left of the book. And though I'm a slow reader, I feel like this will be very doable. And then it will be time to pick out my next read. So I am going to jump back into this book and finish it up really quickly. And then I have a couple more things to explain about Romance Bookstore Day and actually about this book once I'm done with it. But we'll leave that until I am wrapped up here. So we will talk again once I am finished with this beautiful book. All right, so I have officially finished Great Big Beautiful Life and I loved it so much. That ending was so good, so good. Like I cannot even begin to express how incredible I genuinely believe that was. Ugh, so good. I cannot wait to rate it and write a full review on Fable. I don't know exactly what I'm going to rate it yet, but it is definitely going to be on the higher side. I ended up reading for 48 minutes and 24 seconds. And if you can't tell by the fact that I have changed my outfit and have my bag and am looking like I'm ready to walk out the door, it's because I am ready to walk out the door because I'm actually going to hang out with my family for a little bit before I go to the bookstore, but I am going to make sure I have all the things that I will need for Bookstore Romance Day before I leave so that I don't come back here and waste any more time. And I know I talked earlier in this video about Splintered Kingdom, the second book in the Shattered Crown trilogy, be my next read. And as much as I really do want it to be my next read, it is just a kind of hefty book. I think it's close to 600 pages, if not somewhere between 500 and 600. And I'm just not fully ready to commit to that yet. So instead, I'm going to bring The Score by Elle Kennedy. I have been dying to read Allie and Dean's story ever since I first watched the TV show, and I simply can't wait anymore. So that is the book that I am going to bring on this bookstore romance day. I do kind of intend on spending a lot of time at the actual bookstore. However, I am going with my friend Rachel, and it will be the first day that we've seen each other this entire week. And on a normal week, we will see each other anywhere from 1 to 3 times. So there's a lot of catching up to do. We'll also be like browsing the shelves, like buying things, supporting other small businesses, because there will be a bunch of authors, a bunch of small businesses. I think there will even be like a little mini cafe pop-up that has matcha. So you know I'll be getting some of that. But I actually really have to go like right now. But I will absolutely do my best to vlog while I'm actually in the bookstore, and not just like a montage of clips of like, oh, look at this cool stuff. But like I will actually try to pull out my camera and talk to my camera. So I guess I will see you then. All right, so we are now at Brightside. I'm with Rachel for Bookstore Romance Day, and we've already done some shopping. We've done some damage, but specifically, I wanted Rachel to show off that she got a blind date with a book.
This is my blind date with a book.
Yeah.
It's Jane Austen inspired historical mystery novel. It says Murder and Deception, Family Secrets, and Forbidden Love.
We love Forbidden Love.
Let's hope I don't already have this book. That has happened to me before.
Yeah, that's always my fear with blind book with a date, or blind date with a book. Blind book with a date? Hello. Okay, it looks promising. Looks promising. Ooh.
Oh, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah.
The Abduction of Rosalind Thorne.
Sounds fun. By who? By Darcy Wilde. I have already bought 2 books and a bag and a couple of other trinkets and things, but I think I will wait until later to do my haul because there's just so much stuff. And I don't feel like getting it all out right now. But also, we are probably gonna do some reading. Hopefully, I'll make sure to have my timer going so I know just how long I've read for. Yes, I forgot about this. We both got a candle by Enemies to Embers that is based on Brittany Arena's new book, and it smells so good.
Oh, it smells so good.
It
and
smells
this one
so
has
good.
Little
Seashells on top. Is that not the most precious thing in the world? But yeah, I will also be doing like a little collage of what the event looks like because it's been so cool and so fun. But yeah, we will talk again later for sure. So I'll see you then. So after about 3 hours of being at Brightside, I am now officially back home and ready to give you a haul of everything I got while I was there. So I believe I said it earlier, but not only was Brightside putting out new merch and like opening up their store for Bookstore Romance Day, but they also had small business vendors and even some authors just outside their shop, and it was so much fun. It was so well organized, so nice. It was very hot outside, but thankfully almost everything was in the shade for the entire time, at least I was there. So it was very calm and not too hot. I might have gone a little insane because this is a very heavy bag, but let's focus on that first. Is that I got this bag, which is so cute. It's just a pink, huge tote bag that says Brightside Books and Wine on it. It doesn't have anything on the other side, but with this purchase, we were actually given a little goodie bag with a book, and I'm actually not sure if there's anything else in here. Let's see. I believe all of the books were special editions, but the one I got was Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I've actually never read this book before, but it is absolutely beautiful. Look at that cover. It has sprayed edges in the back as well. Very, very pretty. I should definitely take this as my sign to get into this series and actually read it, like a special edition set of the series as well. So I should really get around to that. There is actually so much stuff in this bag. That's crazy. Okay, so first of all, I have a little sticker. It's kind of crumpled, so I'll see if I can't save it, but very cute. There's also this absolutely precious pen, one of those like twisty ones, which is fun, and it has a little heart at the top. There's this cute little do not disturb sign that says, and there was only one bed. There's some cute little stickers, a annotation set, some art from multiple different books, an absolutely precious handheld fan. I wish I had opened this bag sooner. This would have been very nice when I was outside. And it's a heart. That's so cute. And then the most amount of bookmarks I have ever seen in a single bag before. This is crazy actually, but I am deeply obsessed. And a calendar for the year 2027 with a bunch of different authors, including but not limited to Lucy Score, L. Kennedy, and E.L. James. Rachel actually showed her candle off earlier, but in case you forgot, I got a candle that is based on Brittany Arena's newest book, To Dance with Death, and it is called King of Glass. The scent is salt, sea wind, and orange, and it smells incredible. I also got this absolutely precious magnetic bookmark that is just a bunch of different types of pastas, and this was necessary for me because I love pasta, okay? And it is from Handstand Studios. And then, of course, the most important part of this haul, the books. Firstly, I have The Trials of Elysian by Reese Sharon. She sold it as a bit more dystopian than fantasy, and I am a sucker for dystopian personally, so I was immediately intrigued by this. Also, Reese was incredibly good at pitching herself and her books. It made me want to buy every single thing that she had, and I didn't because I do not exactly have that kind of money to spend, but I will definitely be keeping an eye out for her and anything else that she has going on in the future. Next is All the Stars Above by Haley Morgan. This is a book about two warring kingdoms where one has magic and one does not, and the two main characters are constantly trying to kill each other. And if that isn't appealing to you, I don't know what to say to you, but it is very appealing to me. And then lastly, I got Tropesick by Lauren Oakey. I have actually seen multiple employees at Brightside recommend and rave about this book, so I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Now, the most ironic thing about today is that I actually didn't read at all while I was at the bookstore. I really did anticipate having read at least a little bit of my most recent book that I picked up, which is The Score by L. Kennedy, but I just did not reach for it. Well, I did actually reach for it, but there was like something just making me not read it. Maybe it was just because I was talking a lot with my friend Rachel and didn't really get around to actually reading the book, but I do fully intend to read a bit more today. But first, I am going to go have some dinner, and then the next time you see me, I will have read at least one chapter in this new book, if not more, and I will get back to you on how long exactly I read for. It is currently just a couple of hours until Saturday is officially over, and I did end up reading just a bit of The Score. I ended up reading more than just the first chapter. I read the first 3 chapters, I believe. Yes, I am 10% into this book according to Fable, and I'm loving it so far. It is very different than how they showed Dean and Allie's relationship, how it starts in the show. but I'm honestly not opposed to it. I definitely, so far anyways, think that I prefer the show's version, but I do also like this one so far. And I read the first 10% of this book in 36 minutes and 33 seconds. I have now officially added up all of the time spanning from Sunday to Saturday, and drumroll please, the total time is 3 hours, 50 minutes, and 12 seconds. Admittedly, the amount of time that I read for feels a little underwhelming when I add it all together. Like when it was separated by like spurts of 15 minutes or 20 minutes or sometimes 45 minutes, it felt like a lot more. And adding it all together was honestly a little underwhelming. I feel like have definitely been weeks in the past where I have read a lot more in a much shorter like time period, or when I have been busier just in my life in general. But you know what? Sometimes life is crazy and I have to be at work for 10 hours, or I have like familial obligations, or I am hanging out with friends, or any multitude of things that I'm doing besides reading. Because as much as I would love to read 24/7 all the time, I just can't do that. And while I would also love to read at any free moment I get in my life, I also enjoy talking to people and going out and doing other things, or sometimes just watching TV, and that's okay too. Oh, I also wanted to throw in there something about Great Big Beautiful Life, because I referenced doing something else for that book or with that book earlier today, but I don't think I ever actually talked about it. So to talk about it now, I actually started reading Great Big Beautiful Life while I was on vacation a couple weeks ago. I've been reading it for quite a while now, and because I was with one of my cousins who I know understands the importance of Instagram photos, I was able to do a mini photo shoot type deal with the book. And I really love how the photos turned out. And because I ended up liking the book so much, I think I'm actually going to post those photos and like a mini review on my Instagram tomorrow. So if you don't follow my Instagram, you should absolutely go and do that and like and comment and let me know if you came from this YouTube video. But that being said, now that I have officially done all of my reading for this week, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!